How we doing out there? First things first, my name's Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition. Sorry about that, people. In the morning, a little bit choked up. My bad. Sorry about that. First things first, my name's Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition, LLC. Here's your practice a little bit for speaking on camera before I start my day. All right, usually we do not do videos on Sunday, but a few things I have to clear up really quick. People have been asking a lot about what is this new element that we're working on. As I told you before, that we've done dozens and dozens and dozens of screen paints. We've made just about everything you could possibly think of. Well, not everything. There's some other things I do want to design. But this right here is something much different. It's an element. It is an ingredient that allows us to be able to do some pretty interesting things with home theater projection. And I got this yesterday, coming up out of my sleep, a blessing from the Lord, giving me the ingredients to design this new amazing product. As I told you, in 2024, we had some things planned, things we wanted to do. But I learned in life it's better to just listen to what he has to say and then go from there. Making your own decision sometimes does not go the way you think you're going to go. It's best to give him the control over all things. So this new form of technology is going to allow us to expand to different levels. Now, one of the things I wanted to do, I wanted to get my technology out of the area that we had it in, like have it in the house or have it in the apartment. And it's just me and YouTube, and maybe a few people I may know can come down and see it. But having my technology now painted in other locations where other people can see this technology besides me, this is information and feedback I need desperately. And also too, it gives me an understanding on different directions I can take the technology to. And just having the blessing of being able to have our technology displayed on different sites gives me the ability to see how other people react to the technology. So anytime we set it up, we got the same reaction. We got people came in that just stopped staring at it, they kept looking at it, they were just in love with it. Questions of having a black screen that has the ability to be able to draw white light. You know, all the things that I already knew by seeing it over and over again every single day when I got up, to seeing the reaction from other people, on how they react, and watching this technology generate in fully lit environments, and how we're able to go from area to area, you know, and be able to display this technology with no problem. So the new technology that we are, actually element that we're working on, there is going to be no videos of it. We're going to keep the thing extremely secret. There is no videos of it. There's going to be no pictures of it. This is the only thing you'll be able to see of the product while it's in the development stage. Everything else is just going to be pretty quiet about it. Right now, for people who we have contracts with, hi people, or don't have contracts with yet, the Black Series is still going to exist. It's a very powerful product. We, you know, tested this stuff just about every level. It's not going anywhere. It's going to stay where it's at. But the Black Series is going to be used as a product, especially with contracts, that they have to earn the right to be able to go near the new element. And this is good because this doesn't allow me to put all my eggs in one basket, which I do not want to do. And if they want to update to the newer, more advanced technology, they're just going to have to prove that they are contract worthy in order to make it to this next stage we have here. So this is not available for contracts. And right now it is definitely not available for customers because, like I said, it's in the stage of development. When we do make it, when it's finally done, then still contracts won't be the touch of this at all, period, due to the fact that we need to see how the test run, how they're going to perform with the Black Series, and then we can allow them to go to the next level of this technology right here. So this is going to be some pretty cool stuff. As of now, I am removing, where am I on my website, my Wix website here. I'm removing the gamer. And the reason why the gamer is going to be removed is because It does have 50% of legendary in it. It does. But the people who did buy this are people we know, people we do business with. They bought 10 of these units. So this one right here is going to be removed for the public. Companies can't buy this. No one can buy this. The only people who have it are the ones who have 10, and they're willing to wait to see the full upgrade version in 2024, because that's what we decided to do. Take the gamer, which is not going to have this name. It's going to have a completely different name, a different design than the Black Series edition. But I decided to change it out to something else. I'm going to remove this too. We don't need this here either. Let me get rid of this one too. But anyway, as I said before, we want to give it a new name. The Sugar Plum Fairy, yeah, is going to launch. A Legendary, the gamer for I don't know, it's a gamer guy. I don't know. Anyway, that's going to launch also too. But that'll be under the new technology in 2024. Legendary Taco definitely will be launching in 2024, and it will be under the new technology, the new element. The Black Series company will be here. It will stay here, not go anywhere. I spent a lot of money for an LLC and copyrights and everything else for this. The new technology also too will have some pretty heavy paperwork sitting on top of it, because that's the one we plan to use when we go to conventions and shows and all that stuff. At the end of the day, it needs to have a massive amount of heavy paperwork sitting on top of it, due to the fact that it's going to be going to some very interesting places. After getting a chance to see, now on top of that, we also have a place to show off our products, because like I said, both facilities that we're doing work at, we've been getting invited to go back as many times as we want to be able to display our products in different areas of the facility. And with that being said, that I don't have to do any more demonstrations inside of here anymore. Like, that's why you see less demonstrations here and more out there, because I don't have to be in here to do demonstrations anymore. I can be out there doing, which I rather prefer anyway. I don't want to be in an apartment doing demonstrations on the screen. I don't want to be in a house doing demonstrations on the screen. I would rather be at a building site or a work site doing these demonstrations, because it has more impact, because there are people that are going to be staring at the screen 24/7. Where if you have a screen where you're displaying it inside your house, it is just you in your house that's displaying the screen, and maybe some family members, that's it. It has an impact. We have an impact because we do tests and demonstrations that no other person will do. At the end of the day, that's why we got such a heavy impact from demonstrations being done indoor. But now we're advancing to better and more advanced technology, and I don't want this stuff in a house. I don't want this stuff in an apartment. I don't want it in that. I want it to be in an actual work site, so people can see that, wow, there are other people staring at this technology besides him. This right here, where, sorry, the naysayers, pretty much we have to bring them up and everything, because again, they're the biggest haters on the face of the planet. I have to understand that, when you make accusations that products we design that are coming out so dark that no one can see them, this is actually virtually impossible to do when you have a screen sitting at a site where there's a dozen to 200, 300, 400, even 1,000 people walking through a facility. They're seeing this screen every single day. That's an extremely hard claim to make. And again, I can't express this enough. It's going to be an extremely hard and difficult fight come at the end of the year, when we have to bring these individuals to court for lawsuits because of what they did. It's going to be hard. We have a lot of witnesses, so it's not going to go well. But anyway, getting back to the new technology here. So this is having the ability and having the permission. And one of my contract agreements, it says that I can use the facility at will, which means I can move about the building and I can show up the screen anywhere I want. They're going to bring other investors in to look at this technology. All that's in one of my agreement contracts. The other one at the legendary cigar lounge, which is going to be an exclusive, it's going to be an exquisite luxury smoke lounge. There's going to be a lot of big, heavy, high rollers walking and pushing through that area. People are very well heavily connected with a lot of very big people. At the end of the day, my technology will be in there. And they are so excited, because the first time I displayed it to the screen, but the first time he saw it at his brother's house, he was amazed by it. And then displaying it there, because his brother has the older technology, which I got to upgrade him to. Anyway, seeing the newer technology, they were blown away by it. Watching people come in and seeing the reaction, how people were looking at the screen, let them know that at the end of the day, that this is something they want to invest in. And they asked me when we went out to eat, hey, you're looking for any investors? And I said, that'd be kind of nice. He said, well, how about this? We do you one better. We can work on a partnership where we can basically help get your company out to the next level. But they also make money in the process also too. So this is where we ended up with that very, very nice offer from these people at the end of the day that gave us the opportunity to move to this next level. Yeah, and as you can see already, the haters were extremely upset over this. This shows you the line of jealousy already. But again, you can't take away God's blessings at the end of the day. It doesn't work that way. So we are getting ready for our next stage in 2024. We have a new element that my Lord has blessed me to be able to have. He gave me a vision. I saw exactly what I needed to do, what I got to design, how I have to put it together. Also instructed what I can say and what I can't say. There's certain things I can't tell you about, can't show you whatsoever. There's a lot of stuff. Right now, underneath of you, what you will not see, I have the name of the product, which I can't show you that. And how can I explain this in so many different ways? You naysayers who make these products, again, the reason why we don't take you seriously, and I never will take you seriously as an actual screen paint, the blunders that I have seen so far since I've been on YouTube, since I've been doing these demonstrations from my home, the blunders are freaking, I don't even know how you guys consider yourself to be actual functioning, working screen paint. You're not even a business, you're literally technically you're a hobby. Because again, from what I've seen, we've got products that can't produce their color correctly. And just the paint on applications are a mess. This is something that would never work out there. They wouldn't even touch with a 10-foot pole. No one would contract this stuff. Whereas upon worse, you got products that are matching house paint. That's even worse. And then on top of that, like I said, new fear unlocked. With the new tones coming out in these products, any gray paint is going to have a difficult time dealing with these products from different Home Depot, Sherwin-Williams, whatever you want to name, that come up with these new gray tones. You're going to have a very extremely difficult time. If you're developing black technology, people are going to expect for you to be able to pass the same test we have, because a lot of people buy from our products and they see our test demonstrations and they're going to expect for you to be able to do the exact same thing. If you can't achieve those tests, they're not going to buy from you. And we set that bar extremely high. And the reason why, two reasons why, to back our products up, but also two, in the future, for anyone who's going to come up with a black technology, you're going to have to bust your behind. You're going to have to work extremely hard to make an insanely good product, because no one will touch you unless you can do what we do. We've been out longer than anyone out here developing black technology. We're the ones who started it. Everybody else just follows behind us. Now, when you think about it, the other fellow, we're not going to call him the philosopher, you follow behind me. I developed black technology. I came out with it first. When you go back and check my YouTube archives, you will see that we developed it first. We even had beta testers underneath that technology way before this guy ever existed, under a company called Digital 4K Crystal Onyx, which Black Diamond has acknowledged. So you don't even exist. We are the pioneers of black technology and screen paints. So with that being said, and anyone who actually wants to go into that field, I mean, I welcome you to it 100%, but you are going to have to pass our tests, and our tests are extremely brutal. Of course they have to be brutal. It's the only way I can get a challenge out of it. If I can't get a challenge out of it, I'll do something else. All right, so we got these removed off the site. These are no longer available. Let me get this out of here too, because this is not going to be here anymore. We have a new direction we're going. Now, I guess the Black series, it's not going anywhere. It's going to stay here. Put a lot of work into this website and a lot of work into this company right here. So this is not going anywhere. The exotic collection, I'm going to get rid of. I'm going to drop that whole entire product line. I don't need it. And I'm going to convert that site to the Project 77. That will be converted for that. There'll be no information on it at all, period. Just simple and plain intro page, that's it. And just with the sorry about that. Yeah, I'll save this. And just with which the name of it, that's basically I was going to change and pay for a new domain name. Get around to doing that too. Let me see. From there, and I need to save here and publish here. So again, with these other paints, we again, like I said, I'm not entertaining myself. I'm not entertaining anything on going back and discussing your products because you don't have real products. There's no testing. There's nothing there at all. Period. There's just nothing there to claim that your product is an actual functioning, working product. So there's no point in us mentioning something that really technically doesn't exist. So our sites are set on the certifies. That's what our sites are set on, as it always was. How could I, when I started my company, how can I set my sights on something that I didn't even know even existed at the time? I knew certifieds existed. I've heard of Elite Screens and DMP Supernova and Daylight Screens. I heard of all those screens before. I've never heard of these other paints that were popping up. Never, you guys didn't exist. So when I developed digital and crystal screen paint, it wasn't in the term. In fact, when I developed digital and crystal screen paint, it was for Goo Screen. Because Goo Screen was the #1 screen. It became the screen paints because people really weren't challenging certified screens at the time. Certified screens were in their own little world. So people weren't doing that. The biggest debate was screen paints versus, or pretty much most of it was house paint. Screen paints versus projection screens. At one point, it was white walls versus white screens. It was LED versus DMP, DLP versus LCD. These are the little debates they had back and forth at that particular time. And then it became, which is better, a screen paint or a physical projection screen? That became a debate back and forth. So the biggest screen paint on the market was Goo Screen. And since these guys weren't around, they don't remember the debates that they had at AVS Forums and Projectors Central and all the different other forum sites were popping up. People were just doing tons and tons of demonstrations of sanding down their walls because they used Goo Screen's products. You had to have a perfectly flat wall. You had to do a lot of sanding because the product was very thin, and any imperfections that were on your wall would definitely show up on your screen. So there were just hours of sanding and all different forms of screen paint products being made, and everybody was sharing ingredients, and some people were selling ingredients. There was a lot of stuff going on at that time. And a lot of these demonstrations were done in these dark environments. So everybody was following behind Goo Screen. In order to have a product that people would sell, it required hours of sanding. It required multi-coat applications. That's what it required. We came out and did the opposite. We brought a product out that says 1 hour or less, and this, that, and the other. You can paint on anything you want, this, that, and the other. And our company took off on that. I didn't really start thinking about certified screens until I saw the Black Diamond. That's when I started thinking about the certifies. That's what caught my attention. That's how I got into basically, when I saw Diamond's technology, I was curious about DMP Supernova and Elite Screens and all these other high-end screens, and then going through debates and listening to people saying that, hey, there's no way in the world that a screen paint could ever compete with a certified projection screen. Proved that theory wrong, didn't we? They can. It is possible. So that's how all that became to be for me. I don't know about everybody else, but that's what it became to me. And now we have technology that can knock out $5,000 screens. Let me see. All right, so it's not there in the front anymore. Okay, we're gonna have it there because we have to remove that all of it completely. We're not gonna have that available. So I'm going to Home Depot today. I gotta scrape off a piece of whatever the paint is, this color this wall is. And I'm repainting over the screen we have in the next room. Over here, the gamer screen is being painted over, and then I have a screen over next to the wall to the big screen. That's gonna be painted over. And then later on this week, I'm gonna paint these two big walls behind me. I'm gonna convert them back the way they are. And then there'll be the ceiling. I really don't have to be in here to do demonstrations anymore. I'm gonna keep my big screen because that's what I use to watch TV on. I might paint over all of this. And I still use, I use this one wall right here for my ultra short though setup. I do 160 inch in here to watch when I'm laying down. So I'll keep that. But the ceiling in this wall is going, and the other two screens are going, but my big screen I'm keeping. It's no point because I don't have to be here to do demonstrations anymore. I can be on site now, so I don't have to be here. They told me anytime I needed to advertise, and it's in one of my contracts. One contract says, if I want, I can just use any place I want. I like the office. I wanted to do more at the office, but when I left out of there, everybody was shutting everything down. It's time to go. So Monday, I got to drop off a few orders at the post office, and I'm going to be popping over there to do some more demonstrations at the office. Because I got a lot of people who inquired about that one. Biggest problem people have when they're in the office is the fact that they have to turn out the lights. They physically have to turn out the lights to show their presentations, and then they put the lights back on. That technology, you can leave the lights on and do a presentation with no problem whatsoever. And they do run ultra short throws, majority in offices. So we're in there with a $178 old eBay projector, and we can do that in a fully lit environment with no problem whatsoever. I will be expanding that screen size a little bit bigger. So we're doing something, we did something under the lights, which is a desk area. And then when I go in on Monday, I'm gonna take two panels, put them together, put them up on the wall like a presentation screen. I gotta get me a motorized projection screen there. That's what I need. Yeah, I'm about to pop over to eBay and buy me a motorized. I should just have it shipped there. That'd be easier. That'd be much, much easier. Just buy it and have it shipped over there. So when it gets there, I can paint it up over there and be done with it. That's what I'm gonna do. Because usually, most likely in the office, you're gonna have motorized projection screens, and I'm gonna get a motorized, put it over there. Now, I'm not doing it here. Why? I got a whole entire building to play around in, so it's no point. That's why I'm painting over my screens. The only screens I'm keeping here are the ones I use every day for watching TV. All right, let's publish this right here. This is already all done. So the gamer is permanently removed because we are going to be upgrading that to something else. And then we have the new project coming out pretty soon. It won't be here. These labels won't be here for the project. Well, it's not even a label. It's just something we can announce the product to. Let me see, we got it here. Here we go. So we know the naysayers are sitting there scratching their head trying to figure out what the freak that is. It's none of your business. That's what it comes down to. It's none of your business at all, period. And don't worry about it. Because again, in 2024, you won't exist. After we get done in court, you definitely will not exist. So don't worry about that date at all, period. 2024 is going to be an interesting year for you. Interesting year for us, but not a good year for you. So don't worry about that. That's none of your business. That right there is, at the end of the day, what I sat there and said, they can't make anything new. They can't design anything new. It's the same old stuff, the same, forget it. And no point talking about that. It's a waste of time. All right, well, this technology right here, yes, will have its own website, and there'll be a whole complete company underneath this product. I'm going to be designing me another company. And you'll be seeing more of these demonstrations. Actually, all the demonstrations will be done on site. We won't be doing any of these inside. I'm buying a house at the end of the year. So, blessed to get that. And I'm not going to be doing any demonstrations inside of my new home. All this will be done on site. I'm actually in the process of getting me some office space because I don't want anything linked to my home. I want to be able to go to my office, do my work like I'm doing here. And I want to be able to show my screens on site. I don't want to do any more screens inside my home anymore. I don't want to do screens, and I don't want to do any of that, period. And then by next year, we'll have 2 storefronts that we will own. They'll be ours, and it'll be just designed for just showcase, for people who can come in and see the technology. Now, can you buy from there? Yeah, you can. There's actually going to be a kiosk unit right there where you can go in and you can actually purchase the product from there. Will I be there? No, I won't be there. I'm going to be in other locations. I'm not going to be there. I'll probably pop up in there once in a while, but most likely I'll be in different locations. Those of you who, and we got these rowdy people in the area and act up, go ahead. The security crew that I'm hiring to basically maintain those areas, you don't want to bump into these people at the end of the day. I'm just kidding, because we got people who do really dumb stuff. I'm just giving you fair warning. You will get hurt. You understand me? These are going to be some very interesting people that I will be hiring to maintain this area, to make sure that my customers are safe and my employees are safe. And if you feel the need, you want to get rowdy and carry on because you don't like me, you will get yourself hurt and locked up and prosecuted and thrown in jail. So go ahead and play with Mr. Bird and you will find out exactly what I am truly all about. What you see on camera is me, yes. But if you ever seen me triggered before, it's never ever good. So trust me, I will drag you into court. Well, after my security gets done beating the crap out of you, but I will drag you into court and prosecute you, and you will spend whatever remaining time that you have in jail, and I will sue and take whatever you have from you. So again, this is a place that will be monitored by security. It also will be monitored by cameras to make sure that my customers are in safe hands, to make sure my employees are in safe hands. And if you feel the need, you want to come down and act up, then, well, you can basically go through some stuff. Let's put it this way. You're going to go through some stuff. So let's put it that way. We got to put it out there like that because we have individuals that are kids at the end of the day. They are children. They are little kids at the end of the day. They do not know how to control themselves. They don't know how to act right. And we showed you, we displayed what kind of people they are when we open up a hot mic. When I open up a hot mic, there's a reason why we open that up. It's to show people how you carry yourselves and how you act. So when people go in and log in to watch our videos and they see these people popping up with emojis and curse words and carrying on, they know what kind of people you are. That's the whole purpose of the hot mic. Did you know that? To expose you. That's what it's for. And because you guys are so small-minded and you don't think and you're easy to be triggered, you go in there and you basically display yourself to the world. And that's what people see. Now, if you came in the hot mic, they're starting to learn now, because now when they go into the hot mic, they don't say anything. They're very quiet. They'll pop in there and pop back out. But yeah, that's what it was for. So we can show people how you carry yourselves. We can also use that against you in court. Yeah. This is the kind of mentality that we were receiving online, and this is how these people were carrying themselves. And that's the reason why we have this kind of security in here to protect our customers and our employees. That's why we can get away with something called excessive force. You guys don't think. We're always one step ahead of the game, but you don't think at the end of the day. So showing by your activity and how you've carried yourself online is the reason why these security guards are basically told to use excessive force, because of the way your mentality is when you step into an environment, how you don't know how to control yourself and be civilized adults. You're going to have more than welcome to come down to the facility. You're more than welcome to come down to the showroom. You're more than welcome. But you have to act like you have common sense when you come down to these areas and act like adults. You want to show the same attitude that you have online in one of these facilities where I have my customers and where I have my employees, then be prepared to get hurt. Be prepared to be locked up. Be prepared to go to jail. Good gracious. It's a shame you have to explain this stuff. And these are grown adults at the end of the day. Grown men and women. Literally, we get these weird emails. We know where they come from. They've been traced already. We get these weird emails from the two individuals. There's a few others that follow them that do go outside their guidelines. But the main two are those two individuals. That's basically it. The other ones are pretty much scared. They won't go any farther than that. But gentlemen, you have to accept the fact that my technology is better, that we are going to keep evolving to more advanced technology. And, instead of you getting mad and being full of hatred all day long, why don't you do something positive with that? Why don't you take it and develop something new, make a new product, and put it under testing? Do what we do at the end of the day, instead of just spreading a bunch of hatred. You see, the problem is you can't. We don't have anything else. That's why you're angry. It's interesting. Yesterday, or a couple of days, I think it was yesterday. Yesterday I came in and I exposed you guys again. Watch this demonstration. The product didn't come up the color it was supposed to come up. That's a complete fail right there from the door. You got products matching these house paints, and it's a whole lot of circus nonsense going on. And then you guys get mad and get upset with me. I expose you guys, and then a day after that, I come out, boom, new product. This shows you the level that we stand on. We can come out here and we can crush you guys with one hand and develop new technology with the other hand. It's kind of like watching somebody throw everything they got at you and you go, that's it? That's all you have? Let me just send one soldier out there to take care of your entire army. Gone off the planet. That's our level on where we stand. I could come out there and I could crush you guys. Not only just talk, but I can back up everything that I see on camera with hardcore evidence and expose you for what you are. And then the next day come up with an entire new technology. Backed, tested, and displayed. Here or on site doesn't make a difference. And Crush certifies in the process of doing it. I could take a name that you guys have been using and convert it into a different new technology and sell it more than you guys would sell it for. That shows you the level on where we stand at. The Cinemax, yeah, we've outsold that product by far. Converted it into something completely different. Has the ability to be able to do things that other screen paint can't even begin to even think of. It's like watching you guys come up with these massive armies against one person. I've got probably about 2 or 3 people in my army, that's it. And you guys throw, we're going to crush him. We're going to throw everything we got, we're going to just destroy him. And we go, that's it. All right, open up the gates. Let's send one man out there like Troy. And just watch him just rip through your army and destroy it. And next you just build a bigger castle, bigger army. Come on. It's too easy. Guys, you have to understand, I'm used to dealing with something a little bit harder. I'm used to dealing with companies. I'm used to dealing with corporations. I'm used to getting, when I get a court order, I get court orders from big companies telling me to stay away from their technology. They like our technology, but they want us to stay away from it. And you guys, I don't know why, you just keep fighting to try to, I don't know what it is. Maybe, like I told you, at the end of the day, we were the big dogs. I'm not bragging, we are the big dogs. They don't go after Diamond. They don't go after Elite Screens. They don't go after DMPC. They come after us. So we must be the best. It's been a lot of energy. It's a lot of energy. You've been doing something else by now. So, you know, you guys will come out here and say nasty things about us, which again, I don't care because we can back it up. And that's it. You don't come up with no new product, nothing. Meanwhile, I can come out here and I can crush you guys with hardcore facts and evidence and come out with a new technology right behind that. Boom. And you guys will sit there and you'll hate on that. And then we'll crush you again and come out with a new technology. And then you'll hate on that. Nothing new. You don't do anything new. All you do is just hate on all our new technology, and we just come out and just crush you with hardcore evidence every single time. I don't even bother going to y'all. Well, I go to Partay's website because it's just stuff on his website just is just mind-boggling. It's very mind-boggling. But anyway, it's just no point. We're not entertaining it anymore. After what I've seen from the product, and I try to give every product a chance, even from people who can't stand us, but we try to give everybody a chance. But after watching that review, oh my goodness, that paint turned into something completely different. It was just, no, that's a huge, massive fail. And then tried to basically whitewash it as if it didn't happen. It did happen. So yeah, we're not concerned about your products because you don't have real products at all. We're just going there certified. I wonder if there is a black certified screen. I'm curious one from it. I do this every day. I'm always curious if I got one. The guy mentioned, one of the guys he mentioned was the Slate 8 by Diamond Screens. It was a fellow who came in, he was very upset, angry because we wouldn't give him any information on the gamer. He became very irritated over it, and we explained to him he can't get the product. He became very irritated. And he came back in and says, well, I bought a Diamond. I'm like, good for you. It's good you bought a Diamond. Yeah, it's this, that, the other. Yeah, we know about Diamond technology. I knew about Diamond technology before you even knew I was even here. I knew about Diamond. Way back in 2016, we knew about Diamond. We got messages and letters from him. So he bragged about buying this product. He went out and bought it. Yeah, it's good for you. How's that hurt me at the end of the day? And he says, well, you know, yeah, here you go. Here's some literature for you. Read through this. He read the literature. He became extremely upset. Yeah, we already have bumped it with Diamond Technology. They know exactly who we are, what we're all about. We even got a court order from them for us to stay away from their stuff. first they liked their stuff and they wanted to do business, and they said our stuff was basically had potential, and then they turned around and things got a little hairy. I'm not gonna tell you what started the whole thing, but yeah, there was some things got hairy in there, and now they want us to stay away from our products. So that tells you from the door that any technology we develop is better than Diamond. And the Diamond wants to basically ever do it side by side. And keep in mind, you naysayers can't say this. We can only say this. If Diamond ever wants to do it side by side to any technology we have, hey, we're more than welcome to do it side by side with no problem. We would have no problem being able to dominate the product. I can say that. You cannot say this because you can't back that up. We can. And this will get you in a lot of trouble if you were to mention something that you can't back up. We can mention it because we can actually back it up. Let me see. Can't go there because we got customers talking in that section over there. And are we going to post this here? I don't think we're going to post this here. We're going to leave this here. I got to go into my other site and start making some changes in there. Hey, Mr. Taco, you know you're going to be a freaking 77 pretty soon? Let me convert it to 77 technology. Let me see. Do we need that in there? Oh, just this right here, right there. We'll take this label from here, and well, actually, it's not a label. It's actually just an advertisement sheet. That's all it is. All right. Well, nothing more to talk about. I got some things to take care of today, and that's pretty much it. Just want to clear up a few things here and there. Talk about this and the other. You know, Monday morning I got to be on site, so that'd be fun because I want to go back and do some more demonstrations in the office upstairs. And then the IT tech will be coming in pretty soon to finish off the rest of the internet, which found out the third floor does have internet. It just basically only extends to the front. So I wonder how many rooms can we connect to. I got to walk around on that thing tomorrow, Monday, and see how many areas we can connect. That other area they had all that light in there. I'm definitely doing some demonstrations in there. Oh, definitely. That's a lot of light. It's gorgeous in there. I love it. So we definitely got to be in there to play around. Hey, what's up, Mr. Squishy Boy? Who are you? Who are you? All right. Well, this is going to be fun. Taco at the end of the year is going to be set up with the new Element technology embedded into his product. Can you imagine my cat has his own AR screen paint, ambient light projection screen paint? His paint is going to be a beast. And we're developing this stuff. It's going to be a beast. So, again, we have no interest in your gray screen paint products. Let's put it this way. Let's make this easier. We have no interest in any of you gray screen paint products. Look, you don't need to be worrying about me at the end of the day. You need to worry about the gray tones. That's what you need to worry about. That is your nightmare. That's your new fear unlocked. That's what you have to worry about. With these new gray tones out here on the market, any gray tone can match any gray screen paint right now. That's what you have to worry about. $23 a gallon means your product now is going to have, if you can't beat one of these, your product is going to drop way below this product because any customer can just go in and pick up a gray tone and have your product that fast, that quick. Guy on YouTube showed you basically it can happen right there on camera. He failed against a gray screen. And with that being the case, that means any gray, it doesn't have to be Sherwin-Williams, any gray paint will match a gray screen paint. Any. Unless you got some way to back it up. That's the only way you're going to be able to beat that one. You're going to have to be to back it up. You're going to have a ton of demonstrations on, like we did on Black versus Black, proving that you don't come up matching any of these colors or products or fabrics. You're going to have this. Right now, your products right now are not worth $60. They're not worth $50. They're worth way less than that. You are worth a container of paint. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna pick this up today at Home Depot. We're gonna pass out today anyway to go to Home Depot anyway. I'm gonna check out something real quick. Gotta buy from Home Depot anyway. Home Depot gray paint. These are your nightmares now. You gotta deal with this stuff right now. This stuff right here is literally screen paint. And you don't, keep in mind, for people saying, well, I put something special, yeah, you got a really hard time with that one because this gray tone that they have in here is a beast. I mean, it doesn't make a difference if you have glitter. You have glitter in your stuff. It doesn't make a difference. This stuff has no black paint, no glitter, whatever they put into it. It has some kind of black into it. Of course, it has to. But it has no glitter, nothing in it. No silver, nothing. And that stuff could match, not one screen, multiple screens with no problem. Watch somebody do it. They did it right on camera. I'm not going to bring them up in the video, but you know what I'm talking about. I want to get something here from, I want to color here. We need one of these to play around on site. And you're going to have to worry about your customers asking you questions like, what's the difference between your product and gray paint? And this is going to cause, you're going to see more and more gray paints go obsolete. This is what's going to cause gray paint to go obsolete. Gray screen paints to start disappearing. This right here. Because why are you going to spend $60 for a quart of paint? You get it at a gallon. It does the exact same thing. Unless they can prove this. If they can't prove this, don't buy it. They have to prove it. Look, man, we make a black screen paint. All right? And our product has to be to show that it can basically surpass black paint. That's where the black on black demonstrations came from. Heck, we even had people make the product for us. Try to make our product for us. You know how much credibility that gives me at the end of the day? I use those videos. I make sales off those videos. Same videos those guys came out. Yeah, we gave them permission to make our products. That makes me a lot of money. Because I can go out there and say, hey, not only do we not match house paint, we had somebody, a troll, 2 trolls try to make our products on camera. We gave them permission and they failed. We had to make it for them and it still failed. Do you know how much credibility that gives me at the end of the day? Thank you so much. We do appreciate for you participating in that. But anyway, this is a nightmare for gray screens. Now we come out with the new element. The new element has to be tested under black products. This is going to be a very dark product. We specialize in black screens. So it has to be tested under all kinds of fabrics and sheets and films and plastics and you name it, we have to throw it at it. We've been doing these tests since 7s. So that shows you how long we've been doing these tests. How many of these screen paints right now on the market as we speak, not just those 2, can pass one of these? How many? And for anyone who sits here and says, oh, there's no way in the world possible, there's something special about that paint. Yeah, we have somebody on YouTube who literally matched the screen twice. So it gets the customer thinking. They could have do it for a lot cheaper. You're spending $60 a quart. This is a nice tone right here. See that tone they have in the background? That's a nice tone. That's a projection screen right there, literally sitting right there. I told you, when I was coming up, this stuff didn't exist. It was just white paint. It was white and bare 1050, and then later on a silver screen popped up, and that was it, pretty much it. Then these screens started popping up, these tones, these gray tones. This is where things get dangerous for the gray screen. If you have a darker screen paint, guess what? They got darker ones over here too. So you're going to have to surpass these too. So that doesn't help you at all, period. So let me see. Go back sample from there. You want an outdoor, weatherproof, gray screen paint? Guess what you buy? It's called porch paint. Does the exact same thing. Completely weatherproof. $37 for 1 gallon, and it's gray right there. Porch paint. What problem you will have that outside? Oh, you're gonna have all kinds of problems. But still, at the end of the day, it's cheaper than going out and spending freaking $60 for a quart when you can get it at a gallon. Now people will say, well, what about that torp? There's no contest in our black technology. We'd make that stuff look like nothing. We'll wash that out with no problem whatsoever. We've done the tests, we've done the demonstrations, we've been there, we've done that. That's why we have tests. We can easily say that. That's the luxury of having tests already done. And people bring it up like, here you go, here you go, there you go. And you can do the test in front of them and make a difference. You did it already. So at $37, you can get this gray paint right here. This is porch paint. It's fully weatherproof. You can take it outside. It's called a slate gray. That's what they call it. Right there. So question for people who make these gray screen paint products, what's the difference between you and this? So at $37 a gallon, not quart, a gallon, and you're spending $60 a quart, $50 a quart, even at $40 a quart, yeah, they're going to have to come down way lower than that. They're going to come down somewhere between in the range of $12 per quart. They had no choice unless you could beat one of these. Now, our technology, I could wipe all this out. I could knock all this out. Certifies we could knock out. Black paints we could knock out anything. That technology got the new stuff we got coming out. It's going to be a beast. You thought the Black Series edition was a nightmare. The stuff we're working on right now, that element, that stuff we can drop into stuff. I mean, the beautiful thing about the element is the element. I told you that all paints are acrylics. Everything is over the counter. You can't make nothing from scratch. Do you have any idea how many chemicals it takes to make house paint? It is insane. Look it up. You need special facilities. You need hazmatic suits. Half the chemicals you're working on is probably not even illegal in those states. You need so much security clearance and licenses and way to dispose of this stuff when you get done with it. It's just so much you have to do with it. Yeah, it's virtually impossible. Everything's brought over the counter. It's what you can do with it. That's what the element is. The element basically is a chemical that allows us to drop that into any form of acrylic paint and change it and alter it into something completely different. That's where we're heading at. These guys are in here mixing stuff. Now we're way beyond that. We're designing an element, chemicals, formulas that allow us to be able to drop. Yeah, these elements are made from other things, and they make this other element, but we can't explain what it is, but it allows us to take half a cup or even like a quarter of a cup or whatever, and drop this into everyday paint and convert it into whatever the frick we want. I can buy any black paint. I can buy Nor. It doesn't make a difference. I can buy Black Dynasty. We drop that stuff inside of it, it converts to something different. And that means no other black paint will be to match it. That's what we've been doing since the Black Series. Black Series has that capability. It's an element we drop in there. It's everyday black paint. But without that element that we don't drop in there, it doesn't change. I did that in a demonstration. I literally painted black paint right directly to a wall and hit it with a projector, and it came up dark and dirty. Then we painted our stuff to the wall, and the images pop, white levels pop, cut all that, because it has something in it that allows it to be able to do that. And some people are saying, oh, it got to be crystals. You got to knock yourself out on that. We've been through all this already. I've been through this when I went to test facilities and different sites and painted screens, and people give me tons and tons of, oh, got to be this. No, you are so far off, it is not even funny. No. Just like when I sat there and we gave them permission to make the product, and they put silver into it. Yeah, we definitely know that's a bad idea. Silver turns it gray. It changes the balance of black to gray. Now you don't have the contrast levels anymore. You have a little bit better, higher white level, but your contrast is not even there anymore. We make black technology, not silver. And then adding water to the silver, you just expanded the reach of the silver, making more of it, which actually made the paint turn gray even faster. You don't know what they're doing. I don't even know what the purpose of water is for anyway. But this right here, this is a nightmare for gray screens. Now, if you think I'm joking on that, today I'm going to Home Depot. I'm going to buy me some gray paint. I'm going to buy gray paint. I'm going to put the number up, what I bought and everything, and I'm going to put up as a challenge for any gray paint out there right now on the market to do that demonstration. Matter of fact, I'll buy me a couple of samples today. I'll give me about 7 or 8 samples. I don't get a bunch of them. I'm going to put them out on each one, and I guarantee you, right now, I'm going to say it out loud, I guarantee you that no one will do that demonstration live. No one will take those different paints and put them live against their product, because you know why? In fear they're going to match. If they match, their product drops dramatically. And that should tell you right there. Now, if anyone pops up and says, hey, I ain't got a problem with that, I'll test all of them live, and they beat every single one of them, then you buy from that person. That person you buy from because they can back it up. But if they refuse to do it, and they don't want to do these demonstrations, and they avoid it, then that tells you right from the door, guess where you need to be popping over to buy your gray paint at the end of the day, if you're going down that road. Would I use a gray screen? No. What for? I can't use it for anything in here. The projectors don't work with it. We got too much light in here. The screen will wash out. Can't use it on site. That stuff is outdated. But if you're going down that road anyway, why pay for all that money to begin with? You can go get it for cheap or get a gallon of it and be done with it. And for any screen paint out there who will sit there and argue with me and say, well, look, don't argue with me. Back it up. What's the point of coming toward me and getting mad at me at the end of the day? Just go back it up. Buy the product. Go back it up. Don't cry and whine to me. I don't want to hear that nonsense at the end of the day. I get tired of you criers coming to my channel and crying and whining about, what are you crying about? Go back it up. For goodness sakes. We're the ones that told you to make our product, and we came in there, we cry about it? No, we wanted and took your product, made it better, beat the product. That's it. Moving on. Stop crying all the time. My goodness. Every time I make one of these statements, they come and they start crying and whining. You want a box of tissues or something? Are you emotional? Calm down. Go back your product up. If you can't back it up, then you got a problem then. That means you're selling your product for too much. Your price needs to drop. Well, let's see if we go here. Let me see. Let's go into some dark gray paint. Home Depot, dark gray paint. There you go. Boom. See what I mean? There you go. There's your nightmare right there. Even dark gray. You guys have to go through all of this. So if you have a dark gray paint, and we've done this already, we made dark gray paint, we literally had to go against dark gray paint. We have all those test demonstrations on display. You're going to have to go through this because that means the customer can come in and they can just buy some dark gray paint and they can have the same thing you got. You know, I hate to bring this name up. We're going to bring it up anyway. Well, you don't own it anyway. Frankenstein, boom, in there. UB, boom, in there. Any paint the philosopher has, boom, is in there. Yep. Bullseye primer. They make it in the dark gray. Is it bullseye? Let me see what we got here. Charcoal gray paint. Here it is right there. Look. Charcoal gray. We can go up to, let's see, charcoal gray, house paint, Home Depot. Charcoal gray colors. This is a selection of charcoal gray colors that you have, that you can buy. You can get Bullseye primer for like 18 bucks. So that's, you're going to have to figure out, because again, you said, well, my paint's a little darker. Big deal. You have to add any black paint or white paint to figure that out. They got it right there. You get to buy it. Right there. I think it's Bullseye, right? Bullseye dark gray primer. Right there. You buy it right there. You know this paint we matched with that? Yeah, we did. We matched the UV with it. This is a gallon that you could buy $27.98 for a gallon. Get that in flat right there. There you go. $27.98. It's a primer. It does the exact same thing. Now see, gentlemen, you see all this stuff I'm talking about? All our products have to go through testing. You guys will do, some of you guys don't do it at all. Some of you guys would do one product and that'll be the end of it. And you won't do the rest of them. What about the rest of your products? Just because you do one and it fails, doesn't mean you don't have to do all of them. You have to do every single one of them have to be tested. So when we bring out this new element, guess what? It's going to go through the same testing. Black series had to go through it. It'd be black paint, black this, da 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 da. It has to go through the same thing. Because I'm not going to be up there looking like an idiot on camera. Let me see the gray primer. I think it's primer. Primer. I think it's Bullseye. Gray primer. There it is right there. See right here? We tested it already. We do every test you can possibly think of. So this is gray primer versus the UV mix. Did the test already right here.
Paint is the ambient projection technology gain. I need to locate.
Because I was upstairs doing the attic. When I was upstairs in the attic, I had this bullseye primer because I wanted to do the attic in this dark gray, and then we're going to coat it over something. And I'm like, this looks exactly like the stuff I purchased from somebody, and sure enough, it matched. So this right here is the UV mix, and that right there is bullseye primer. That black, that's us right here. For some reason, he thinks that's black. That's not black. That's actually gray. I mean, like colorblind. Definitely colorblind. That's bullseye primer. That right there is the UV mix. It does the exact same thing. Oh, our technology is designed to blend into gray screens easily. Ben, is what I love about our tech. Man, yeah, you dark gray screens, man, we can blend into y'all stuff with no problem whatsoever, and basically pull contrast level you can't keep up with. Right? Our technology is designed for all that good stuff. But yeah, anyway, yeah. So basically, bullseye primer does the exact same thing as the UV. I figured that out when I was in the attic working. It does the exact same thing. It's the exact same color. Doesn't even have, and the funny thing about it is we tested several different versions of gray paint, dark gray paint. It doesn't even have to even match. It can still be off by one slight and it'll still match. Oh, we've seen that one already. So this is a nightmare you guys have to go through. For us, this is a cakewalk for us. This is nothing. This is going to be easy for us today. Well, not today. I'm not testing anything today, but this is going to be easy. Any black paints, I'm starting a collection of black paints to put against the new element because we need a challenge. On top of that, it's fun for us to do these demonstrations. But you guys, at the end of the day, who make these dark gray paints and these gray paints, you're not going to pass any of these tests. If you haven't done testing yourself already, you don't know the outcome, you are not going to pass these tests. What time we got here? Like 7:31? Gee whiz, man, no one's up at 7:31. Well, you guys are up. All right, might get a workout in today, and then basically, man, where am I going today? I gotta go pick up a dress shirt. I gotta be somewhere pretty soon. All right, let me see. Yeah, you don't worry about me. As I said before, our stuff is tested. We're good. Don't worry about me at the end of the day. You guys got to worry about that. A new fear unlocked. You're gonna have to worry about this stuff right here. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Yeah, you're gonna have to worry about that. That's your biggest nightmare right now. Because if you can't beat this stuff at the end of the day, your customers are going to go here and buy. It's the same thing. And you can sit there and tell them at the end of the day, oh, no. That's the projector doing all that. This is your nightmare. For us, this is going to be fun. This is exciting for me to go in and buy this stuff up, take it over, test. I'm going to blow this stuff out of the water. We do it every single time. We've been doing it since 7. So like I said, it's nothing for us. It's just basically the same old stuff. Some of our technology is a lot more advanced than 7. So this is just going to be an easier cakewalk for us. We just have to find a bigger, more advanced challenges because again, it gets kind of boring. But you guys are terrified of this stuff. Oh, I forgot to get the gray paint. I want to get from whatchamacallit, Home Depot gray paint. Yeah, because we need I need to buy some gray paint today. Let's see, gray paints. Let's see. Ooh, that's a nice color right there. Oh, but this one's real nice. I'll take this one right here.
This is why I switched to Shopify. I tried 3 other platforms prior to Shopify, and I remember my breaking point was when I would try to make one little change and my entire site would go down. What are you waiting for? Start your free trial with Shopify today.
Go there. Go back to the gray. So I'm buying one of these today. Let me see. You don't have to buy a whole gallon. You buy a sample of it. Buy a sample of it. And this guy did walk out of a Home Depot, did he not? He walked out of a Home Depot with Bear and matched his screen. So, hey, look, at the end of the day, they tell you that it's a special mix. Bull crap, it's not. Unless they can show you proof that their products don't match any one of these tones, then just go buy here. You're going to save yourself a lot of money. You're not saving the hundreds. You're getting robbed at the end of the day. The guy literally showed you on camera matching paint. So he should show you right there from the door that if he did it, how many more will do the exact same thing he did? This is why you need to do your research. I find it interesting how people will sit there and do tons of research to buy the perfect projector, but they don't do enough research for the screen. Because you know why? Because you figure that all the specifications and bells and whistles that you got in your projector are going to make up for what the screen can't do. Good luck with that at the end of the day. That's the biggest lie you will ever tell yourself, ever. This is why you guys contact us at the end of the day, because you spent all this money for this projector. You can't get it to work in a fully lit environment. The colors are washing out. You can't see contrast. Yeah, that's why you contact us. Because you think because this projector has all these bells and whistles. Don't worry, I'm not calling you an idiot. I did it myself. I bought BenQ MS500. I did all this research. I picked out this projector. I got it home. I set it up. And I thought all these beautiful colors, what I saw in the images of the projector was going to show up on my screen. And I got none of it at all. It was an ugly image. So I did it myself. Trust me, I know. It's the biggest lie you ever tell yourself. That's why you don't do the research on the screen, because you think the projector is going to fix all that. No, that screen plays a big part. That's the biggest part, and that's the biggest investment you will make, because your screen is going to allow your investment to be worth what you paid for. That's what's going to happen. So don't believe that. All these right here, these paints I'm showing you right now, honestly, truthfully, you're not getting what you're going to get paid out of your investment. You're definitely not going to get that. Your colors are going to drop. Your contrast is going to drop. You'll still be stuck in darkened rooms. This is what's going to happen if you buy any of this stuff. Our technology and gunmetal are the only two they're going to give you that. We're better than gunmetal, but if you got the money and you got deep pockets, go near gunmetal. It's going to hurt you a little bit when you find out we can blow out your screen for far less. So, you deal with it from there. I don't know what you're going to do. But anyway, any of these right here are not going to give you what you paid for out of your projector. Not going to happen. You get a little bit of a hiccup, but it's not going to be what you want. You're watching our demonstrations and you want that. You can't get that with this. But if you're going to be going out and the gray screen is your thing and this is what you want, you don't want to go near black technology, you don't want to go near gunmetal, you want to stick with the gray screen, then guess what? You don't have to spend $60, $50, $40 for freaking screen paint if they can't basically beat the tones. You just might as well pay the money for the tones. It's cheaper. It does the same thing. And if anyone tells you otherwise, then guess what you say to them? Guess what? I bought this paint right here. I want you to do me a favor. Show me before I give you my money. Take this paint and put it against your product and show me that it's two different products. If they refuse to hang the phone up on you or whatever goes on in the process, then you know where you need to go. You need to go there and buy paint. If you're going down that road, later on, you'll figure it out. You'll be sitting home and you'll be watching and figure it out. It doesn't look the same as ours. So that means bottom line is you don't have to give us a call. Or you can just go down the road certified and go spend $5,000 for a screen. It's up to you. Most people, if you're bothered by our prices, and I don't know how we're going to go near gunmetal. That's not going to happen. Gunmetal is extremely expensive. Spend $7,000 for the screen. And I talk about 3 to 5. That's cheap. Those are 100-inch screens. That's cheap. When you want to get the 120s and 150s, you need some money. You need some serious money for all that. That's what I can never understand. People will come up to me and have amazing projectors. This fellow I'm talking to over in New York City, he has JVCs. You know how much money a JVC costs? He has gorgeous projectors. And when we're doing the live stream chat, me and we're talking back and forth, we FaceTime, and he was showing me his setup. Beautiful house, beautiful, beautiful house. But he was showing me his setup. He was showing me these massive JVC, gorgeous projectors, and they're on white screens. Oh, what total waste of technology. Beautiful projectors, not good screen at all. But you know, they didn't know about us at the time. And if you got one of these gray paints, it had the same reaction. Like the fellow who sits there with a 3500 lumen 4K projector. Beautiful piece of equipment. Wonderful piece of equipment. But he's not getting what he's supposed to get out of that machine because his screen washed out. And this should never happen that way. So, you know, look at this one. This one right here is basically child-proof. You can paint this to your wall right here, this gray paint. And if your kid's drawing the wall, you just wipe it off and you're done right there. What do you want for this one right here? What do you want for this one? This is $59 a gallon. It's a gallon for $59. Just get a quart because you know I need a gallon of that. What are you paying for a gallon? This is crazy. $27. That's it. So this is the nightmare for the gray screen. So you gray screens out there that are mad at me at the end of the day, you want to come at me talking about da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, guess what? Now you've got yourself a bigger nightmare to deal with. You got the tones. You got to conquer this nightmare first before you can come after me, because we can conquer this. We've been doing it since sevens, called black versus black. So you're going to have to go to this nightmare because no customer is going to buy from you unless you can beat this stuff. And some of you have already matched it. So you've already given that where you guys can come up and say, honestly, like, well, you don't know, we put a special item in our product and this, well, someone did sell that. Or our screen paint does something different. It can make your projector look far better, get you better colors and better contrast. Somebody settled that and they matched in the live stream. So how much hope does that give for you people out there buying gray screen paints at the end of the day, that what you're buying, you could basically go to Home Depot and Lowe's and pick it up for far cheaper. There's no shipping charge. You drive out there and just pick it up. That's it. Some of y'all live right around the corner from one. I like this color here. This is childproof, by the way. If you got kids in your house and you worry about them writing all over your screen, well, yeah, guess what? This would be fantastic for you guys. If I was making digital and crystal screen paint when these tones came out, I'm out of business. Definitely out of business. There is no way in the world that we would be able to conquer this. This would be a headache. This would be an absolute nightmare. Premium 1 gallon. Oh, this is a nice color. Look at the color on that right there. And for those who want to sit there and say, well, Mr. Bird, you're just talking trash, you know, you're talking about, well, let me tell you about Mr. Bird. And while you call me talking trash, I basically told you this was going to happen 6 months to a year ago. Did I not? I got it right there. Did I not go in and buy this Network Gray 773? Did I not buy it? Did I not pop the lid and walk in front of a camera and say, oh, this is not good. This stuff has no black in it. It has no glitter, no silver. It has a perfect tone attached to it. Did I not say that? Did I not take this same product and match it against not 1, 3 screen paints? Did I not do that on camera before anybody else did it? And then when that person finally did do it, what happened? Did it match? It did, didn't it? And then what happened to the video? It went bye-bye, right? All right, there you go. You know why people get rid of evidence? Because they hide things because they're guilty. That's why. So when things go missing off channels, that means it's being hidden because due to the fact that they know that it matches. Therefore, you could have just went out and bought house paint. So until you buy a house paint, like I tell people, until you buy from us, watch our test demonstrations. They're right there. Before you go out and buy any gray paint, not just from him, not from that guy, from anybody, make sure that they're not matching a household paint. That's all. Give them the challenge. Or tell them to do it, or whatever you need to do at the end of the day. Or they can show you some videos or something showing you you're not buying. You could be buying. Oh, it's got a good review. That you're not. What is this? $21? Hold on for a minute. I'm in here messing around. That's $21 for this right here. That's a gallon for $21. Gee whiz Louise. I might get that instead. That's a lot cheaper. Wait, was mine 20? Yeah, mine is $21. Duh. $21 for a gallon. Yeah, this is Dover Gray. Dover Gray flat interior. This is really a nice color right here. Interior. If I wanted this for outside, what would I pay for outside? How much would I pay? Exterior is only $21? Are you kidding me? It's freaking super cheap. Yeah, these tones are nightmares. They are nightmares. I know we're done on the new technology. We're done talking about that. We just gave you updates on it. But this right here, this is freaking fascinating. That they had this many tones. And for people saying, but it's all, no, you haven't been around when I was making screen paints. None of this stuff existed. No, period. There's so many tones on this stuff. Oh, I am so glad. You have no idea how. A sign of relief that I'm so happy that I got that black diamond sample sheet and I saw what the future looked like. I am so happy that I changed. God knew exactly where we needed to be at. I am so happy because, man, I was making that gray screen paint. This stuff came out right now. It'd be a nightmare. Gee whiz. This stuff is perfectly toned. And yeah, if the other one says, well, you just know you're talking about perfect tone. I know, buddy. I guess your pipe was going to match before you even knew it was going to match. So yeah, I already know. This stuff is perfectly toned. What else do you have on here? Any one of these would match. Literally any one of these would match. Look at this right here. That's Cinemax. That's the same colors. Well, we Cinemax was actually, we did that. Well, actually, the SW whatchamacallit was a little bit, network gray was a little bit lighter than the Cinemax. It's still blended in. But look at this. Look at the colors, look at the tones. All of these would match. Any screen print out there, any one of these would match. Man, that's a beautiful color right there. Look at that tone. Now, for those of you sitting there saying, well, he must support, no, support gray for crap. You couldn't pay me enough money to do a gray screen. You've lost your freaking mind. I ain't got no equipment here. Run off a gray screen. Can you get off my stand? Thank you. Yeah, move off my stand. Man, no projectors can run off this stuff. It won't work. We can't even pull contrast level. You do understand how important contrast is, right? We can't pull contrast off any of this. None of this stuff will run on contrast. Where the heck you'll get a black level to pull up on this? That is not going to happen at all, period. No. Stuff don't work. So every time I watch demonstrations of people with gray screens, you guys are trapped in the dark somewhere. I know where I want to be trapped in the dark with you at the end of the day. I'm trying to go down that road. I love my contrast levels. They got 1% black levels. No way do I trade up for this mess at the end of the day. Oh, heck no. That's $26. This is $2,600. Sorry, $26.98 for 1 gallon. See, this is what I'm talking about. Oh man, we gotta talk about this. I gotta talk about this. The tones, the dangers of the tones. You gray paints are in serious danger, man. This stuff is so cheap. Oh, we gotta go to some websites. We're gonna ruffle some feathers today. We got to, because customers need to know about this. It's not, see, okay, naysayers, I know you guys don't get upset over this, but look, I don't care. You gotta understand. Y'all don't test your stuff. This is what you get for not testing your product. This is what you get. This was coming. Well, I didn't know it was coming, but it's here. This is your freaking nightmare for you. If I was making digital and crystal screen paint, this stuff would have put me out of business. This stuff is perfectly toned. This is literally screen paint right here we're staring at. That's how screen paint is made. It's just black and white paint. That's all it is. Well, the gray version is. The black stuff is a little different because that stuff right there has its own nightmare and its own. If you don't get it correctly, you can have problems with that. But basic gray house paint, this is how it's made. This stuff has a literally perfect tone attached to it, which means when you're making screen paint, the biggest fear you're going to have is putting in too much black paint. If you put not enough, then it's going to come up almost like a white screen, and then you're going to have to do a comparison to a white screen, because usually is what we had to do at that time. So you don't want to match a white screen. You don't want to do that. But you do want enough contrast but you don't want your white levels to suffer. And then you have to have that perfect mixture of black and white in order to get the colors to pop, because colors require dark levels and white levels at the same time. So trying to get that perfect black in there is a headache. But this stuff has tone already attached to it, which means all a person would have to do is just go in, drop a little glitter, or do a half and half with silver, and that's it. They're done. Even if you want to be cheap about it, all you got to do is just sprinkle some glitter and you're done. That's it. The scary part about this is literally anyone making gray screen paint right now, I'm not saying they are, but the scary part about it is they don't wouldn't have to spend any money. $26, $21. Drop a little bit of that Lowe's glitter into it, a little teaspoon that in, and voila, they can tell you they got a screen paint. And you literally spent $60, $90 for a product that you could have got a gallon on. There's your nightmare. That's for the customers. For the people who make this stuff is a nightmare for you. This stuff doesn't even involve glitter. You just take it off the shelf and boom, you can match your screen that fast. Ugh. And you don't have any testing. That's what makes it worse. You have no testing to back your product up. We can't saw out any thought of black paint because we've done tons of demonstrations. We literally drew into screens with black paint. So that cancels out any thought of our product ever matching a black paint. We've done so many demonstrations on black paint. It's not even funny. So many different brands. At one point, I went to Lowe's. I bought this paint called Black Magic. We bought Black Domino. We bought something called City something, and some other black paint we bought from them. These are supposed to be four of the darkest paints ever, and we did it on live. I even made black paint, screen paints, and put it against my product and blew it out. Gave other people permission to make it and blew it out. Come on. You guys can't back your stuff, and if you can't back it, this is your new nightmare. Don't worry about me at the end of the day. Worry about this stuff right here. God, my goodness. This is, man, I'm so glad. I'm so relieved I don't make the digital one crystal screen paint anymore, because this right there freaks me out. When gray, like I said, before this stuff came out, it was just white paint. The reason why people would buy gray screen paints, because they didn't know how much black paint to put in. And they figured they make it too dark, they'll mess it up. They don't put enough in it, be too light. No, not anymore. Not with this stuff. This is a perfect tone. My walls in here are gray. Did you know that? My walls in here are literally gray. They're a perfect tone of gray. I literally have a screen wrapped around this area. It's a perfect tone of gray. These are one of the gray tones sitting here in my apartment right now. There you go. Perfect tone. That's your nightmare. You don't worry about me at the end of the day. I'm good. You need to worry about this. This is a nightmare you got waiting for you. And it's far cheaper. Far cheaper. Far, far, far cheaper. Then you got to worry about that slip silver. That's another freaking nightmare waiting for you. That nightmare right there, anybody can order that. Overseas customers, it's a Home Depot just about everywhere on the planet. Anybody overseas can just walk into one of these facilities and get it. And they can't get it from there, they just go over and get the slip silver, because the slip silver is literally the same tone. At free shipping. I'm buying this. This is the 1300 right here. I'm getting this. I don't need semi-gloss. I need flat. I don't need flat. I need the flat instead. That's what I want. I'm going to pick this up today. I'm going to buy this today. It's going to cost me $21 a gallon. That's it. I'm going to put my number up here. I'm going to challenge any gray screen paint today to basically buy the exact same paint and go in and put this demonstration live against your product right now. If you refuse, then you're out of business. That's what it comes down to. You're literally out of business. Mind, this is just one. You got dozens of these nightmares to go through. This is a good tone right here. And the reason why it's a good tone, it's dark enough. It's like a mid-tone, which means you can pull a somewhat decent contrast level. It's also going to pick up some nice color at the same time. We're going to test this today. I'm going to show you. It's going to pick up a nice color. It's not going to match our stuff, but it's still going to pick up amazing, good tone, good color, good white levels, and the contrast levels are going to be pretty good. I'm going to show you. When we do it on a 5,000 lumen projector, we do it at a 1,000 lumen projector. Doesn't make a difference. As long as we have it in the dark, it'll be okay. We turn the lights on, it's going to have problems because it's not ambient light projection. Gee whiz, good gracious. Mark this down because I'll get this model number so I can go buy this today. Got to go to Home Depot anyway. So that's the nightmare for the consumer. This is a win-win-win-win-win-win-win for you. Because again, you don't have to worry about getting bamboozled. You can just go buy this stuff. This is in 530. Gentlemen, you have to understand. I'm not doing this because you look at it the wrong way. You come at me like I'm doing this because I hate you. I don't hate you at the end of the day. I don't give the devil the satisfaction of giving you hatred. Nah, I'm not into that. This is just a wake-up call. You need to test your products. This is why you should have been testing your products from day one. If you're testing your products from day one, you would have realized that this nightmare right here is something that's coming towards you. Remember when I kept telling you that black technology is the future? And I kept saying this over and over and over again? And you guys want to keep sticking to your gray paints? Well, now you got this nightmare to deal with. If you took the time in when I was telling you that you need to lean toward the black technology and it needs to be a product that's tested, then you wouldn't have to deal with this nightmare. Like I don't have to deal with it ever. But now you have to deal with this nightmare because you literally thought that this stuff was going to actually keep your gravy train going. No, your gravy train literally just got derailed completely. Because now a customer will look at this and go, huh, well, it'll do the same thing. And if they ask you the question, that you're not going to do it. There's no way in the world you're going to get on a live stream. Somebody did this already and messed up, but no other person's going to do this because they don't know because they've never tested their product. If someone gave us black paint and throw it against your screen, oh yeah, go ahead now and knock yourself out because we've done the test already, so we know the outcome, what's going to happen. But you guys don't. There's your nightmare right there. I've been telling y'all for the longest time that you need to test your products. And y'all want to get nasty and angry at me because I give you sound advice, test your stuff. Now you got this nightmare to deal with. So what's going to happen to you? Your prices are going to start dropping dramatically because this stuff is $21 a gallon. How are you going to compete with a product that's $21 a gallon? And you're selling at 60 to 90 bucks. Some of y'all 90, some of y'all 60, some of y'all $40 a quart, and they can get it at a gallon. Even if they want to use it outside, there's a version of it. I think exterior. I think they have. You can use it for outside too. For outside, I think they have. No, one of them has it for outside. They can buy porch paint. Porch paint's like 26 bucks a gallon. Use that outside. So, yeah, this is your nightmare right here. So you're going to have to drop your price on your product under probably around 12 bucks. What is this up a quart? It has to be under a quart. You're going to have to be under a quart. And that's going to be pretty low because this stuff is $21. So you're going to have to be, literally your shipping cost is going to cost you more than your paint. And it's going to cost too much for you to make it. You're going to go out of business. That's what's going to happen. This is going to put you out of business. You can't charge more for something that someone can buy for a gallon for cheaper. You can't do that. It's not going to help you. There's no way out of that. The only way that you're going to be able to survive is you got to switch over to black technology, which I told you was coming. And with black technology, you're going to have to go through all our testing. You're going to have to be able to prove your product actually works. Yeah, it's going to be a problem. And keep in mind, for those of you who protested about black technology being garbage and trash and whatever, now you're going to have to switch over. You have no choice because if you make a great paint, this is your nightmare. This is your reality. I told you, black was the future. I told you a long time ago. You don't listen to me. Let me see. All right, let's go pick this up right here. 30 power gray. Flat. And 1 gallon. Oh shoot, this is 1 gallon. I wonder how much a quart is. A quart got to be like really crazy cheap. Let's see if we can get a quart of this, because we don't need a gallon of this. A quart's gonna be crazy cheap. It's $21 a gallon. That's really cheap. And I got a Home Depot like probably about 3 blocks from me. So I'm just gonna go around there. My buddy will pick me up today. I gotta pick up some stuff anyway. And go pick up pop and get some of this stuff. Now, like I said, for the customers, if any of these people at the end of the day tell you that I'm lying and I'm not speaking the truth, then guess what? Have them back it up. Tell them, hey, look, I'm gonna buy this paint. Tell them, give you a model number. Can you go buy a sample of this? Because the samples are pretty cheap, like $6, $7 for a sample. Can you do a live stream and put this against your product? And I guarantee you they won't do it. Because again, they don't know because they didn't test it. They can't come on there with a lid that's already been popped because that means they did a previous test to find out. No, they have to go in with the lid sealed, which means that's the unknown. Now, I hate to bring his name up in this because I am going to bring it up. Jamie did it on camera. Popped the can, showed receipts, matched the paint. What's this product worth now? Not a lot. It's worth pretty much less than $60. And then try to get on camera and tell you that you're going to spend... if it's $40 a gallon or something, $40 a quart, he says $4 a quart. Where the frick are you buying paint at $40 a quart? But anyway, I got friends that live in California. They ain't paying no $40 a quart for no paint. You lost your mind. But anyway, he was talking about at $40 or $30 a quart. That if you bought 4 of those, it'd be like $120 or $120. Even at 40, it'd be $160 at 4 quarts. No, they don't do paint that way. They never do paint that way. If the paint, say the paint's $30 a quart, you're gonna pay something like for a gallon, maybe a $10 or $15 difference, depending on what you get. Maybe it might be semi-gloss, maybe eggshell, whatever it may be. But you're gonna pay like how much. People always come up and say, okay, I want a quart of this. How much more for a gallon? How much more would I have to pay for a gallon? So it's just about $10 or $15 more. Usually, if they say, they're not gonna say 30 times 4. They're not going to do it. Sorry, $30 times 4. They're not going to do that. That's insane. You'll be paying like $160 to $140 for a gallon of paint. Who the freaking mind's going to pay that? And that just shows you right here. This is $21.98 a gallon, right? So the quart would be much cheaper than this, right? If you got 4 quarts, it would equal more than $21.98. Gee whiz, he needs to know math at the end of the day. You can't break down math like it's basically just breaking it down. No, it's not going to cost you $160 for a gallon of paint. For that much, you can get 5 gallons. That's insane. It's only probably like somewhere like a 10 or 15 or $7 or $8 difference depending on how much you're going to pay for the gallon. That's what it is. We all paint. We all know what it is. Again, he tried to make it sound was really super expensive, and this product would be cheaper to buy, even if you were to buy house paint. Stop it. And then when you go buy acrylic paint, they're not going to tell you at the end of the day that you have to put water in it so it spreads. Oh, gee, I can't believe I just said that out of my mouth. So it spreads differently. No, that's a lie. Don't put water in paint. People put water in paint. I'm not saying all contractors. But I've known some contractors to put water in paint to stretch it a little bit. It does weaken the product. It does by a lot. But they do it to stretch it. Sometimes they don't want to go out and spend the extra money for the extra gallon. They put a little water in it. I've even seen people put milk in paint. Yes, milk. I've seen that too. But other than that, this is much cheaper. So this is a nightmare right here for the gray paints. And I'm not just talking about one person because I don't want him to feel like, oh, he's just picking on me. No, anyone who makes a great paint, this is your freaking nightmare because these are perfectly toned products. So we're going to go out today and we're going to pick up the N530-4 Power Grade Dead Flat Interior Paint. We're going to pick this up from Home Depot at $21.98. I'm going to be using this on site. And here, I'm going to paint one up here. On here, we're going to paint one up here. I got a roller on. We'll paint one up here, and we'll hit it with the projector. And then we'll put this up as a challenge for any person who wants to basically claim that their product is basically can beat the $21.95 at a gallon. I just might as well buy a whole gallon. What the heck? You're more than welcome to try. If you don't do it, you know what I mean? Then it tells you at the end of the day, a customer can just go to Home Depot and buy any great paint will work. Any great paint. Oh, man, it's not going to good for some people. The tones are the nightmares. All right, people. I want to make let me see. I'm curious. This is $21 a gallon. How much is a quart? Quart gotta be like crazy cheap, man. Quart's gotta be like $8, maybe $7 for a quart of this. I'm gonna find out how much quart costs for this. It's gonna be crazy cheap. It's gonna be crazy, crazy cheap. If that's the case, you have any idea how much of a nightmare that's gonna be? Now we know we're going to receive some hate mail for this. We always do. And it's good. It ruffles feathers. Receiving hate mail doesn't bother me. It shows me at the end of the day, I can ruffle your feathers. And it's good. You need your feathers ruffled. You've been riding that gravy train for too long. It's time for it to be derailed. Sitting in a dark environment, gray paints, ambient light controlled environments, high power projectors, and convincing people that this is what their screens are going to look like. I'm glad these gray tones came out. This is a wake-up call. Wake-up call needed to come a long time ago. A lot of people were riding that gravy train, and the gravy train needs to be derailed. So now this is your new nightmare waiting for you. And you not only have this nightmare to deal with, but it's on just about every form of paint shop that you go to has these crazy tones involved. Yep. Oh, look at this right here. This is another one. That's another crazy looking gray. What about down here? Move. I'm just gonna go down here this far. This is a gray. Look at that tone right there. That's $80. That's for 5 gallons. Look at that tone. Gee whiz. That's a nice tone right there. What's it for 1 gallon for this stuff? $18. What the freak? Oh, we got to get this instead. Are you kidding? That's $18 a gallon. Oh, what's this called? It's called Ford Gray Semi Super. Gonna get this instead. I have to get a couple of these, man. I have to get a couple of these. That is a beautiful tone for a gray pen. It looks like Network Gray 773. It literally does. Oh, can we get this in flat? What do we got for flat? $14. Are you freaking kidding me? A gallon for $14? We're picking this up. Gee whiz. Guys, great paint makers. Yeah, killer just arrived right here on the scene with the battle axe. He's about to behead you right there. You better do something. Do you know how cheap this is? This is a gallon for $14.98. Your product, this stuff right here matches your stuff. Do you know how dangerous this is right here? This is cheaper than microblend. I gotta buy this. This is a gallon? We've got to buy this. Wow. Oh, that's a freaking nightmare. You don't beat this stuff right here. This is $14.90 a gallon. You can't beat this stuff. Do you know how bad this is going to be? This right here will put your product at somewhere in the range of $4 easily. $4 easily. You have to be under this. And you can't be under this because this is a freaking gallon. It's a gallon. You sell quarts. Anyone selling quarts? Are you kidding me? How are you going to beat a gallon? How would you beat that? Oh, my goodness. We got to. My goodness. That's a perfect gray tone. That looks just like Network Gray 773. If your paint is lighter than this, you still has a nightmare for you because it's still going to generate a high white level. It's still going to be to produce that. So it's not going to show much of a difference because it's a gray going on a gray. So you're going to have a problem with that. But if it's lighter gray, it's going to still be to blend in with those lighter grays with no problem. It's still going to be to produce a slightly better color, and it's going to pick up a slightly better contrast because it is a little darker. That's why it's a perfect tone. Gee whiz Louise. And it's $14.98 a gallon. And you guys are selling between, and if you're selling at $30 a quart, you can't beat that. $20 a quart, you can't beat that. $8 a quart, you still can't beat that. That's a gallon. And it's in stock. It's definitely in stock at Allentown store. Yeah, buying it. Yeah, I'm getting this today. Okay, I want a gallon of this. Got the PG099393-4, and this is called Gray. Forget Network Gray 773. This right here is a nightmare for you. This is Gray suit flat. Man, $14.98. You freaking kidding me? Man, it's going crazy. Ugh. Lights out. That's the game. You're gonna still be said, game over, man. Game over. That's game over. That is your Widowmaker right there, staring you right in the face. That tone right there is gorgeous. It's almost the same tone as Network Grade 773, which is an extremely deadly paint, because that stuff can match multiple paints. You can't compete with that. Virtually impossible. At $14.98 a gallon, and you sell at $60 a quart, again, you're not competing at 60. At $50 a quart, you can't compete with it. This is a gallon. You can't even, and if you bring your price down to $8, you still can't compete with that. That's a gallon. Oh yeah. And that's 1 gallon. That's flat. We got one, get it in flat because you need it in flat right there. Flat at 1 gallon. That's it. We switched over to 5 gallons. Oh shoot, my keyboard right there. 5 gallons is $60. Oh my goodness. What the freak? 5 gallons is $60. So for the price you guys charge, well, one person charged, 2 people charge $60. For the price you charge for $60, I can get 5 gallons of this. 5 gallons? That's why I called for a minute. I was like, oh my goodness, what the freak? 5 gallons? Oh my goodness. Yes. And it's got free delivery attached to it. Gee whiz Louise. I can get 5 gallons. Hey, wait, can I get 5 gallons for free delivery? Yes. Yes, I can. Right there. I get 5 gallons of free delivery on it. Free delivery for 5 gallons. And that tone is beautiful. Let me go. I'm going to get a gallon of this. I'm definitely getting a gallon for this. We're going to get it in flat. It's multi-pro. Oh my goodness, probably for multiple layers. Probably no priming involved with this whatsoever. Yeah, for $14. Yes, let me save this too. I'm going to save this right here too, because I'm definitely going to be coming up. I'm getting this right here. Definitely picking it up today. We're getting this today, people. The other one was $21. This is $14. Oh my goodness. Gee whiz. This is real bad. This is really, 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 really bad. That's really bad. You have no idea how bad that is. If you thought the Network Grade 773 was a freaking nightmare, this is worse. This is way, way worse. The price is freaking insane. It's $14.98. Whew, man, that's bad. I would love to see any of them do the challenge. Now, again, am I buying your products? Nah, why would I do that? You guys cancel orders. I'm not wasting the time. Well, you guys can do it. It's not hard. It's $14. Not a lot of money. You go do it. And if they don't go do it, then you just go out and you buy this at the end of the day. If they tell you that no, my product's different, then you back it up. Naysayers, listen to me when I say this. Do not get on camera and say out of your mouth that I'm a liar and that this product right here would not match my product. Because you know why? Talk is cheap. You need to back that up. You need to actually go in and buy this product and get it put on your screen. One person I told you is not going to do this. He already did this already. It didn't go well for him. He's not doing this. So his business is gone. Anybody who matches this stuff, your business is gone. It's not going to exist anymore. Why would I go out and spend 60, 70, even 50, even $30 for a product when I can get it at a gallon for $14.98? Why? With free shipping. And if I wanted to spend the $60, then I can get 5 gallons of this. 5 gallons. We're also going to put this against our own paint too on top of that. Why not? All right, well, that's basically about it. I got to put in the, I need a thing for nightmare paint. Nightmare. Let me see, some kind of thing. No, we're just going to put this up here for the next thumbnail. I got to do a short video on this. I have to. We got to talk about this. It's going to be a short video because I got to get out of here. I got to get to Home Depot. I'm buying this. It's the first thing I'm buying today. For anything, I'm buying this today. And we need to talk about the nightmare paint for gray screen paint products. If you are developing a gray screen paint product, oh man, I don't know how to help you on this. I really don't. Some of y'all are honest and good people at the end of the day, but it's a shame because this is bad. This is extremely bad. For those of you who've been cheating and robbing people and claiming your product do something not, you deserve every bit of this. For other people who are making good products at the end of the day, I really feel sorry for you. This is bad. This is really bad. This is going to be these are hard tones to beat. Very hard. And this literally could put you out of business. So you have to think about that part too, people. Sometimes I get so wrapped up in the naysayers, I forget about the other people who make these products and they work hard at making these products. But this is what's coming. You're going to have to deal with this, or just make darker products or better test products or something. But the gray screens is obsolete now because you have these. Whew, man. So that's the sad part about it. There are other people who make good products out there to make good screen paints. I wish them the best of luck. But this right here is going to take your business out. Oh, gee whiz, this is made by who? I knew the name looked familiar. This is PPG. This is not silver. PPG makes a version of flat paints. Did you know that? They don't make all metallic paints. They make flat paints too. And you know their products are really good. It's a name brand at that. Gee whiz, yeah. Well, let's bring it up. I did a video real quick. Give me a chance to get time to work out. My stomach's so crunches. And let's talk about the nightmare coming to gray paints. They already been here already, but it's gonna be worse. You can't beat this one right here. It's just gonna be a nightmare. I mean, this is just one of many you're gonna have to go through. You should have been testing your products. You really should have been. Those of you who have black technology, well, you know where you stand at. You're good. We can crush this stuff and everything else in this path with no problem whatsoever. We're good. We're designed to weather the storm. These guys right here, it's like watching a tornado take down a paper house. They're literally going to get crushed by this. This is not good at all. Okay, got to come back in.